What's up, Pom-Pom?
Just got a message from the Xianzhou La Fu. Looks like it'll conflict with our original schedule.
It's been a while, my friends on the Astral Express. How's your trailblazing expedition? Soon, the Xianzhou La Fu will be holding the Luminary War Dance. Those who have aided the La Fu in overcoming the crisis are cherished allies of the Xianzhou. Thus, on behalf...
Well, things aren't getting lively. We've barely recovered from the family's Charmony Festival, and we're already being invited to another
Why not think about it this way? Our trailblazing expeditions are turning...
Blast? Expedition?
Yeah! Wherever we go, we eat, play, and have a blast!
So we should leave March behind to take care of...
Hey! That's not what I meant! I'm all for some fun! I just hope there won't be...
The Xianzhou La Fu has recently overcome a crisis by holding the war dance there.
But that's what everyone said before we went to Penacony! You'll be towed?
No need to worry. The war dance is not like the Charmony Festival with all its hidden secrets. Aside from Starskiff performances, it's mostly martial contests. Nothing
What do you think, Himiko? Since we've accepted Miss Black Swan's proposal, we should probably head to M4.
There's certainly no rush. This trailblazing expedition is quite unique, and the Express needs to be fully stocked and prepared before moving on to the next. With Madame Herta's help, I was planning to deliver some Leviathan fossils from Kalinga Abyss to Ron May, member 81 of the G.
So that means we're not...
Being an adult means maintaining relationships, whether we like it or not, March. So, here's the plan. Pom-Pom will take everyone to the Xianzhou La Fu. Mr. Yang and I will meet up with Ron May and fulfill...
What do you two think? I don't hear any objections.
Now that everyone's on board with the plan, it's time to warp to the Xianzhou La Fu.
Kalinga Abyss. What does she expect to find there? Current research...
That's why geniuses are interested in that field. Science is all about uncovering the unknown. Don't miss us too much. If I stumble upon some cool Leviathan...
Himiko really knows how to convince people. Between Leviathan fossils and the war... by the way, Danheng, this time you'll be taking a stroll with us on the Luofu.
And just let you two wander around aimlessly on the Luofu by yourself. Plus, Mr. Yang is right. The Ambrosial Arbor crisis just ended. And both the long life and short life. And since he has extended an invitation, it's only right that I...
Coming back to this place brings back so many memories, you know? Well, it's nothing too poetic. I was just thinking, this time we're not being forced or enticed or chasing after wanted criminals. And quite unusual, I must say.
I agree.
Is the Starskiff Haven always this crowded? Oh, there's so many people here. I can barely hear anything.
Yanqing said General...
Let's wait for him in front.
Hey, you guys!
hold on a moment.
Did they just call us? Look at their outfits.
Are you familiar with the Xianzhou Lafu?
We know a little bit about it. What do you...
We are from Penacony. Maybe you've heard of it. We came to this ship to gather interesting materials.
Oh, we just left there. Oh, talk about...
That's great. Do you know any must-see attractions on the Luofu?
Exactly! We're Xianzhou. Most of the tourists around at the moment are here to attend the war dance. And that's why we're...
Yeah, we know about that ceremony. But isn't the fighting ring still closed?
I've heard the ring was actually converted from a huge decommissioned Luofu fighter jet. No doubt about it. It's a massive fighter jet. It's got to be larger than a...
But for now, all we can do is wait until the war dance starts in a few weeks before we can board it. We've still got work to do, so we can't just sit around waiting for it to...
We're looking for unique experiences that you won't find on Penacony. Our clients love these kinds of dream bubbles.
You're the expert here. Give them some suggestions.
Good idea. The everyday vibe of the Aurum Alley is a rare find on the...
Everyday vibe. Yeah, our clients have had their fair share of adrenaline-pumping dreamscapes. Maybe something down to earth would touch their...
Thanks for the suggestion. We'll head to the Aurum Alley to gather materials. Maybe we'll run into each other there.
Look, Yanqing's here.
Really? Let's go catch up with him.
There you are! Everyone, this way! Hey, everyone! It's been a while.
Well, it doesn't feel like it's been that long since we last saw you. But, Yanqing, are you?
What's up, Miss March?
They say kids grow up really fast. Yanqing, are you a little bit taller than before?
We've only been away for a few months.
Long time no see.
It's been a while.
Oh, you've come along too, Mr. Danheng. Sorry for the delay. With the upcoming war dance and the Starskiff Haven being so busy, things are a little hectic.
Seriously, I've never seen the Luofu so lively before.
I was a bit worried that holding the war dance right after the Ambrosial Arbor crisis might be too soon.
Yep. There's people from other delves and travelers like you three who've come from afar. With the war dance coming up, there's a huge number of visitors pouring into the Starskiff Haven. The Cloud Knights are working hard to keep the General said this ceremony would help the Xianzhou Lafu recover from the crisis. It's a way to showcase our martial spirit, reassure people, boost morale, and attract visitors from other planets to promote trade and peace. By the way, the Xianzhou Alliance places great importance on this ceremony too. The Xianzhou ships, the Zhuming and the Yaoqing. Yeah, I wonder if you've heard of it. It's known as the Star Forge, and it's responsible for providing more than half of the Cloud Knights' armaments. The Xianzhou Zhuming boasts skilled craftsmasters, and General Huayan is a top-notch craftsman himself. If only I could get a sword forged by him.
By the way, Yanqing, where are we headed next?
I'm sorry for talking your ear off. The General wants to catch up with you at the Palace of Astrum. He's been eager to hear about how the Express has been doing.
It's funny how he tries to act all mature, but whenever it comes to something he's interested in...
I agree.
All units, assemble quickly! Get ready to protect the crowd!
I just mentioned security, and now all of a sudden something's gone wrong. Excuse me, I need to go check out the situation.
We'll go with you.
Watch out for the
Protect the civilians. I'll deal with him. Borison? Why are there Borison here? Fix things now.
Rise! World cleansing dragon.
Not good. Thanks for the help.
Sorry, no time to chat. Could you give me back my...
Wait! My sword! I'm sorry, but I'm afraid we'll have to put our plans on hold for now. I need to find out what's going on.
While we appreciate your rescue, my Xianzhou friends, don't you think it's a bit too much to detain us and our cargo?
Sorry, but we've been ordered to detain you and your cargo for inspection until we figure out the source of the attack. Once we're done with the formalities, we'll let you and your cargo go.
Oh, but this shipment isn't even meant for the Luofu, and it's IPC's patented technology.
According to the protocol, all cargo arriving on the Luofu must go through inspection.
Oh, but we didn't officially enter your dock at all. We just sought refuge in your dock.
Looks like this argument could go on forever. Let's not get involved in a heated dispute that won't lead to a resolution. Who's in charge here? I need some answers.
It's my fault. We let our guard down for a moment.
With the war dance approaching, safety should be a top priority. Now, tell me, according to the protocol, Borison prisoners should be held on a star skiff and taken directly to the shackling prison under strict supervision.
Please don't blame this, Captain. This incident involves the
Who are you?
I'm Liu Jun, an officer of the Patrol Defense Squad. Thank you for your help, Lieutenant Yanqing. The situation unfolded rapidly. Here's what happened. An IPC transport ship was attacked by the Borison just before arriving, and the Juming's diplomatic vessel came to the...
So, an IPC ship was attacked by the Borison near the Luofu, and the Juming envoys saved them?
Honestly, it gives me a headache, too. The Juming diplomatic ship, adhering to standard procedure, with all the outsiders flooding onto the Luofu, the star skiff lanes are under immense pressure. The Borison desperados decided...
We'll make sure these prisoners are sent to the shackling prison as soon as possible.
I see. It's an unusual situation indeed. I'll report it to the security department. Maybe I should gather more details from others so that the seat of...
Oh, you look much mature now, Yanqing.
Please don't tease me, Miss March. The situation on the Xianzhou before the war dance is like a calm lake that can be just...
What are those people? I mean, those monsters we just...
Those werewolf monsters are known as Borisin. They are abominations of abundance, and we've been fighting them for a very... The Borisin have been a powerful force for a long time, plundering and enslaving many worlds. The threat they pose is just as terrible as the Swarm disaster, and the Alliance, their presence has faded over the years. But who would have thought?
According to that officer, they attacked an IPC ship near the Senjo Luofu.
Yeah, that's what I find strange too. Well, enough with the chit-chat. The General wants me to take you to the Palace of... I'd love to chit-chat a little longer, but there are some things that can't be left unchecked.
Is it a serious matter?
Thank you, but it's no big deal. By the way, that young lady who just appeared, she took my sword. I'm thinking of filing a lost property report at the Realm Keeping Commission.
I doubt she did it on purpose. Perhaps she's around here somewhere. Shouldn't we take a look?
All right, let's not keep the General waiting.
Don't worry. There aren't many people out there with that kind of talent.
There sure are a lot of troublemakers around.
It's been a long journey, Elder Hwayan. Thank you for your presence.
Don't mention it. Thank you for taking the time to welcome me.
General, I brought our guests from the Express. Oh, I'm sorry for my bad timing.
Don't worry, you're just in time. It's been a while, my friends from the... All is well when you have friends coming from afar. Allow me to introduce you to General Hwayan. He's the Arbiter General of the Xianzhou Zhuming.
No need to be so formal. I'm just a tourist here, no different from other tourists who...
Elder Hwayan is not only one of the Arbiter Generals, but also the Furnace Master of the Artisanship Commission. Besides his...
Be it Arbiter General or Furnace Master... These are merely titles given to me long ago. I've retired several times already, but with the current change in circumstances, the Marshal has called me back to duty. Well, in the end, I'm to blame. Living such a long life naturally.
It's an honor to meet you, General Hwayan.
It's my honor to meet you, General Hwayan.
No need to be all formal. Today I'm just a guest on the Luofu, the same as all. So, these three are the ones you mentioned, Jingyuin? The heroes who helped you with the Ambrosial Arbor?
Indeed. There's Don Hung, March 7th, and him. Without their help, I'm afraid the Luofu might not have easily overcome.
So, the Imbibitor Lune's reincarnation has returned to the Luofu and will attend the war dance.
You're more than welcome, General Hwayan.
And this young friend is?
Yanqing, my apprentice. He remains by my side as my retainer due to his youth, which I hope will season him with experience. He will stand for the Luofu's Cloud Knights in the upcoming war dance, ready to take on...
Great, great! It's a real treat to see so many talented young people around here today. Oh, I almost forgot. This is my apprentice, Yoon Lee.
It's you!
Oh, it's you. Hello.
Oh, you two already know each other? Guess we don't...
What a coincidence! I was afraid I'd have trouble finding this girl.
Oh? Now you've piqued my curiosity. Tell me, how did you two become acquainted?
She helped me capture the escaped Borison prisoners at the Starskiff Haven. Allow me to express my gratitude for you.
Your flying sword? Oh, so that's why I found a dagger.
Yes, it is. Now that we've met again.
Nope, that won't do.
Won't do?
You want your sword back, right? Well, you can't just take it back. On the Juming, when you loot... As for this little sword, it was supposed to strike that escaped Borison prisoner. But unfortunately, its owner's agitated state... By the way, if I hadn't caught it and helped it hit its mark, that Borison prisoner would have gotten away.
Hold on a sec, Yoon Lee. You took my sword without even asking, and now you're refusing...
So much for Lafu sword masters.
What did you just say?
If you just stepped up and took your sword back from me fair and square, I would have totally respected you. But nope, you tried. With all due respect, you don't honor your sword. So you don't deserve it.
Hasn't anyone told you that taking without asking is stealing? If you want to settle this with swords, fine. Let's have a one-on-one duel right now.
Yang Qing.
Well, that's more like it. Just be careful.
You two, be quiet and...
Hey! Whose side are you on, Grandpa?
I don't take sides.
It's a small misunderstanding, and an apology would be too much. I've heard about the Zhu Ming's incredible swordplay and craftsmanship. Most notably, the legendary flame wheel
Such grandiose names. Some folks love to spin these...
Well, everyone, Elder Huayan and I have some business to discuss. For now, Yang Qing, why don't you enter? I'll find another chance to talk with you all. I'd like to express my gratitude to the Astral Express.
That's so kind of you. I mean, you've already thanked us so...
Please forgive me for coming at an inconvenient time.
You needn't apologize, General Huayan.
All right, Yoon Lee. Take this opportunity to clear things up with Yanqing.
Yeah. It's better to make friends than enemies. But...
Yang Qing, once you felt our guests get settled, go to the Artisanship Commission for me. I've heard about the attack and the detainment of the IP. See if you can calm them down. Don't get aggressive. Just make it clear that the Xianzhou law...
I'm on it. This is the report Ching Zhu just sent me. Let me take a look. Looks like the General has given me a tough challenge. He wants me to try and help put the... Well, it's not exactly a test. As Cloud Knight officers, we not only learn the art of war, it's just, talking things out isn't as straightforward as duking it out with weapons on the battlefield. This is especially true when you're up against the IPC. Well, let's not worry about that for now. Shall I take you to the inn?
It is the Law Fu's honor to have you in attendance at the war dance. Yet, the fact that a simple martial arts ceremony has attracted esteemed generals from the Zhu Ming and the Yao Qing implies intentions beyond mere spectating.
You're overthinking it, Jingyuan. As I said, I'm here to broaden my granddaughter's horizons. I have no ulterior motives. However, I have no clue what the Yaoqing Arbiter General has in mind. Do you remember when you accepted this position? I told you that an Arbiter General's battlefield goes beyond the physical one. You'll need to lead and manage everything on the Xianzhou. The title of Arbiter General holds a weight. So many years have passed, and you've done well. However, longevity for the Xianzhou people can be a curse. Living too long means that every mistake you made will... The Marshal knows everything that has happened on the Luofu. As for the Merlin's Claw of the Yaoqing, she has come specifically for you. Speaking of which, why hasn't she arrived yet? They say the Merlin's Claw strikes like lightning. Being late isn't her style.
That's not true, General Huaiyan. She's been here a while, but I'm sure you've heard of her unbridled nature.
As soon as she disembarked from the star skiff, she mentioned having something to attend to and simply disappeared.
You must be the messengers from the Xianzhou Yaoqing, I assume.
We are Jiaoqiu and Moza, retainers of the Merlin's Claw. It's an honor to meet you in person, Arbiter Generals.
Now this is interesting. A guest who doesn't come to visit but sends a message instead. What does she mean? Tell me, what?
Master heard about a spectacular view in Scale Gorge Waterscape. I believe she went there to enjoy it.
A spectacular view? Did you hear that, Jingyuan? This person is being sarcastic.
Please do not misunderstand me, General Huaiyan. I was simply stating the truth. Master thought it would be inappropriate to keep you waiting, so she sent us here. Once she's finished with admiring the scenery, she'll personally come and apologize to the both of you.
Drat! I forgot to ask Yun Li to return my sword. Unacceptable. Every sword is precious to me. If it weren't for the General's interference, I would have taught that shameless girl a lesson in swordplay. By the way, I don't know if it's just me, but the General seemed a little... reserved? Could it be because of Elder White?
Reserved? Really?
Maybe I'm just overthinking things.
No, you're not. When I entered the Palace of Astrum, I realized that the messenger from the Xianzhou Zhuming was actually the Arbiter General himself. So, the messenger from the
That's right.
Well, that's what makes this entire thing so unusual.
What's so unusual about it? They simply received an invitation from Jingyuan. Just like...
The war dance is just a small festival. And now we have 2 Arbiter Generals from other Xianzhou ships here. Maybe they've come to hold Jingyuan accountable for the ambrosial...
Hold him accountable? Come on! Didn't the Luofu fall victim to the disciples of Sanctus Medicus and the Antimatter Legion? Why would they blame...
Don Shu's rebellion and Ventilia's scheming are merely one side of the story to the other Arbiter Generals of the Alliance. Only a single piece of incontrovertible evidence remains, creating an endless source of potential...
The Ambrosial Arbor.
Yes. It's undeniable that the plague mark, which was subdued by the Xianzhou Luofu, has resurfaced. But was it really a conspiracy instigated by the Antimatter Legion? Once the spark of suspicion is kindled, it proves hard to extinguish. The General must have had that in mind when he invited us to attend the war dance.
What was I thinking? Seriously, here I was looking forward to a carefree and enjoyable trip.
Aw, I was so excited. I thought those Arbiter Generals were just here to see the ceremony. By the way, I heard that an alchemist from the Juming diplomatic ship has arrived, and rumors say that she's to be the new Cauldron Master of the
An alchemist from the Juming serving as the Cauldron Master on the Luofu? While it's not unheard of, the timing itself...
Thanks to your words, Mr. Danheng. Now I finally see the underlying tensions. The General is under tremendous pressure right now, but I was completely oblivious to his troubles.
Come on, don't think like that. Leave the adult matters to the adults. Even if you wanted to do something... did I say something wrong? Again?
Miss March is right. I don't have the skills to share the General's burdens at the moment. Still, I'll do my best to follow his instructions. Let's go. Once I've taken you to your accommodations, I need to go to the Artisanship Commission to handle the IPC.
He looks like he has a lot on his mind. We can't just let him go alone. Why don't we...
This is too much trouble. While I appreciate your kindness, dealing with the IPC's workers could be tricky.
No worries. We're pretty experienced in dealing with the IPC. You've heard of the 10 Stone Hearts? We've dealt with quite a few of them, right? Hey, who's bragging? Anyway, this time it'll just be a few ordinary IPC work.
Well, since you're willing to help, I won't decline your kindness. Let's head to the Artisanship Commission and meet them.
Can I really reason with you Xianzhou people? I think I get it now. In your words, this is called looting a burning house, right?
But I am trying to reason with you here.
Ugh, that toxic voice sounds familiar. Haven't I heard it before in Arum Alley?
You know what? This isn't my first time dealing with the Skyfaring Commission. I can handle your unreasonable ways. But straight up snatching IPC cargo, isn't that going a bit too far?
Just as I've said it many times already. Once we've inspected the cargo and completed the security check, you can...
I'm hearing you loud and clear. I'm thinking clear. And my answer is crystal clear. Not keep detaining my cargo and I'll file a complaint directly with your general. Don't think you can possibly convince me. Huh? Why are you here? You're staying on the Xianzhou, are you? What terrible luck. Wherever you go, disasters aren't far behind.
Aren't you the guest from the Astral Express? What brings you and Yanqing to the Artisanship Commission?
They're in trouble? No, it's me! I'm the one in trouble!
Looks like you've met this IPC worker before. I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing. I was sent here to deal with the IPC protest, Miss Shikui. What's going on here?
As you know, this IPC transport ship was attacked by the Borisin and rescued by the Juming's diplomatic ship. Then the Cloud Knights were instructed to bring it back to the dock for repair. And this is Mr. Scott, the person in charge of this transport ship.
So, you're Scott. I've heard him mention you. Weren't you kicked off the Lafu before? Why did you...
Like I wanted to come back. I thought I'd just dock at the harbor for repairs and leave this forsaken place for good. Little did I know, as soon as the ship entered the harbor, a bunch of
What do you mean by snatched? I've told you 1,000,000 times. It's a security check.
Then why did you bring the cargo to the Artisanship Commission? You even brought in some shady craftsmen. It's obvious you're trying to steal the IPC's patented...
Listen here. Firstly, the Skyfaring Commission detected dangerous items that could possibly be weapons in your cargo hold. That's why they called me.
Even if there are dangerous items, what do they have to do with you? It's not even being shipped to the Lafu. We'll just fix the ship and be on our way. We won't unload our cargo here.
But you'll have to stay in the port for several days before your ship is repaired and you can take off again. How can we just leave unchecked items sitting here?
I understand, but we don't need to disassemble the cargo if it's just a security check, right?
In most cases, we don't. However, our scans discovered that the cargo doesn't only contain machinery, but also some substance that resembles biological tissue.
Biological tissue? Does this crate contain
I'm afraid we'll need to wait for the Alchemy Commission for further confirmation. In any case, according to our regulations, we need to unseal...
The Alliance's regulations on biological products are very strict. Without further...
Oh, really? Fine! If anyone lays a finger on that shipment, they'll have me to deal with. It doesn't matter if it's mechanical or biological.
This Mr. Scott seems stubborn and difficult to persuade. Honestly, I really don't want to have a vicious confrontation with the IPC. I heard how you helped O'Malley. The IPC representative back then was Mr. Scott, right? Since you've dealt with him before, it looks like I'll have to...
What are you guys whispering about over there? Just hurry up and give us back our cargo.
As I recall, this guy won't listen to reason and can only be persuaded with intimidation. But he does seem to follow rules to some extent. Let's use that against him.
Speaking of regulations, we have our own laws and regulations, too. According to Article 4 of the Xianzhou Alliance IPC Trade Consensus, the Alliance and IPC shall never infringe on each other's intellectual property rights.
The Alliance can sign a non-disclosure agreement with you. That way, you won't have to worry about any infringements, right?
We can sign a mutually acceptable non-disclosure agreement in accordance with the IPC's rules.
Well, that makes sense, but how can we trust you to honor the terms? Even if we set aside the secrecy of intellectual property, these prototypes built by the Intelligentsia Guild are incredibly valuable, beyond your wildest imagination. If anything goes wrong, you won't be able to pay for it even with your lives.
Can you give us an exact amount, Mr. Scott? If there's any damage after the inspection, the the Skyfaring Commission will compensate you.
The Skyfaring Commission. Yeah, they will compensate you, provided a detailed report.
I don't doubt the financial strength of the Skyfaring Commission. However, this is not just about money. Besides, the cargo on this transport vessel belongs to the Intelligentsia Guild. If you want to inspect the cargo, shouldn't you at least call in a member of the Intelligentsia Guild to be present?
Huh? Your logic is too confusing for anyone to follow. Maybe you should learn the art of communication from a monkey before you continue spouting nonsense. Since the Intelligentsia Guild entrusted the cargo to the IPC for transportation, it's the IPC's responsibility to ensure its safety, right? Why would you need a member?
Let me tell you something. As stated in Article 17 of the IPC's Building Material Logistics Department Transport Agreement Law, only protect the integrity of the goods and prevent anyone with ill intentions from getting their hands on them, for example. As for whether the cargo itself poses a security threat to the destination, that's not our responsibility. It appears we have reached an area beyond your expertise, doesn't it? We both need to follow the regulations, because that's how the IPC and the Xianzhou operate, right? As an IPC worker, I have to abide by its regulations. If I make an exception and allow you to inspect the cargo,
Everyone has their own set of rules. Now that you're on their turf, shouldn't you follow their rules too?
Yeah, I get it. I know I'm on the Xianzhou, but if I violate the IPC regulations, I'll be in deep trouble when I get back. Well, you guys sure know how to argue your case. Fine, I'll allow you to do the security inspection. It's just that, I need some time to sort things out. This is a big deal. Let me talk to headquarters.
So, Mr. Scott, are you just stalling for time and planning to leave the Xianzhou as soon as your ship is repaired? To avoid the Skyfaring Commission's inspection?
Well, IPC staff are free to come and go, as long as they don't break any laws.
Yeah, you've got some insight there. Who are you again?
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lingsha, Cauldron Master and head of the Alchemy Commission on the Law Fu.
Could she be?
Yeah, she's the new Cauldron Master assigned here from the Xianzhou Zhuming.
I received a report from the Artisanship Commission about cargo containing samples of unknown organisms. It said they needed help from the Alchemy Commission. I had nothing better to do, so It's fine, Mr. Scott. If you really don't want your cargo to be inspected, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter? How can you say that?
Why are you being so nice all of a sudden? Well, since you're not going to check it, I'll take this crate and be on my way.
Yeah, sure. Why should I object? Not only this sample, but all the goods on the transport ship are yours to keep. Like I said, we won't inspect them.
Wait a minute!
Well, that's more like it. If only the young displayed a more reasonable attitude, we could have sidestepped that. Our ship will leave in a few days once the engines are repaired.
Your ship can leave whenever you want.
But I'm afraid I can't say the same for your cargo. According to the import and export regulation signed between the Xianzhou and IPC, all biological shipments can only leave the port when they have confirmed to be of no threat. Or, since we can't determine if your shipment is safe for the environment, I guess we'll have to wait for its biological activity to expire. Let me check the previous cases. Normally, it'll only take around 47 star calendar years.
Only 47 years?
Why so surprised? You're still young and full of energy. I'm pretty sure you'll live a few more decades.
Ha! Typical of a long-life species. Your words are dripping with sarcasm. While you may not care about time, I do. I'll be demanding double compensation from the Skyfaring.
Sure thing, Mr. Scott. You seem pretty confident that your career and life will last long enough to witness this
Step aside, guys. Let them do the inspection.
But, Mr. Scott...
Come on, we're already in enough trouble. Just let them do the security inspection. And if needed, I can always grovel before the Intelligentsia Guild later. I'm just using my head for what it's apparently good for, right? Well, honestly, at least you're not as annoying as that woman.
And you're still as annoying as ever.
This lady is really something else. Is this the IPC product?
Listen up. Any damages caused by inspections will be filed with the IPC.
Turn it off.
How unexpected. That was a surprise.
Will you find the answer?
Rise! Existence is unity.
Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all!
All will be swept away by the wind.
Feeling spiffy? Can you find the answer?
World-cleansing dragon.
Get that sister!
Were you seriously planning to leave this stuff unchecked at the dock for days? That's...
I had no idea about it. You must have accidentally triggered the cargo's defense program.
I don't think trying to shift the blame is a wise choice.
But seriously, I don't know why that thing suddenly started moving.
Enough. Miss Shikwe, please escort our IPC guest to the Skyfaring Commission.
I'm on it. Please follow me, Mr. Scott.
Gentlemen, our preliminary inspection shows that there is indeed hidden biological tissues inside. I can't even tell if it's ingenium or biological in nature.
The core of this device is what they call wetware in industry slang. To put it simply, this machine operates.
I'll take some samples for the alchemist to analyze and figure out where the biological tissue comes from.
Why would the Intelligentsia Guild use such unethical technology? Perhaps...
Whatever the reason is, it's probably why the Borison attacked the ship. No wonder the IPC were trying to obstruct our inspection. I'll contact the 10 Lords Commission and ask the judges to come and give their final According to our rules, all prisoners and weapons involving dangerous creatures must be taken to the shackling prison for further sentencing. After all, it's the safest place on the law. As for you, Mr. Craftsman, please go with the Cloud Knights and explain the situation to the judge. I had a feeling that the IPC members would cause trouble, but I didn't think they'd be this tricky. Thanks for your help, Miss.
I should thank you for saving my life. Your sword skills were impressive. Taking down that big guy. I thought the General's retainers were all burly martial masters. I didn't expect Yenqing to be so... Yeah, exactly. He's young. And as for you, you must be the guests from the Astral Express, right? Saving the Luofu from that crisis. It's so...
It wasn't a big deal. Really.
It's still early. So why don't we get some tea at the Alchemy Commission? We can discuss your suggestions for revitalizing the commission.
I'd be happy to accept your invitation.
And you three are coming too, right?
I'm here to pay my respects to the new
All these years, and the view at the Alchemy Commission hasn't changed a bit. The tides come and go, but the ancient sea remains the same. For us Vidyadhara, there's nothing...
You're a Luofu native, Miss Lingsha?
Yes, I grew up here, listening to the sound of waves while researching prescriptions. It's kind of sad, isn't it? Everything changes, but somehow...
The view here would be even better without the ambrosial arbor.
Oh, really? I think that towering tree looks pretty impressive.
Even if it's impressive, it's a plague mark. The Xianzhou have been fighting abominations for thousands of years. And now that the ambrosial arbor has been reborn...
Well, once a seed is planted, no matter how long it takes, it'll, in my humble opinion, the rebirth of the ambrosial arbor and the resurgence of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus were inevitable. My bad. Well, since you went through the entire ambrosial arbor crisis firsthand, Danheng...
What would you like to discuss, Miss Lingsha?
I was lucky enough to be chosen by the Alliance to come in and... Honestly, the Alchemy Commission is riddled with problems and has reached a point where fixing it seems impossible.
Well, even though I'm a Vidyadharan like you, I'm an outsider, just like my companions here. The Vidyadhara and the Alchemy Commission on the Luofu have always been intricately connected. If you cannot...
I may not know about politics, but I do know that the disciples of Sanctus Medicus have been operating within the Alchemy Commission for years. If you're determined to root them out, maybe you should discuss it with the General.
I see. Thank you for your valuable insights. While the Lux Arrow from the Rainbow possesses unparalleled power to sever the ambrosial arbor, it can't sever mortals' desire to prolong their... Just like how the Cloud Knights can eliminate the remnants of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, but are unable to calm the hearts and minds of the people within the... Our Xianzhou forebears knew this well, and that's why they entrusted the duty of guarding the roots of the arbor to the Vidyadhara. However, the Vidyadhara are still only mortal beings. 30 years ago, my mentor served as Alchemy Commission's Cauldron Master. She recognized the emerging undercurrents and sought to cleanse the source of the disturbance. Unfortunately, even though she was skilled in the art of healing, she didn't understand the human heart or how to eliminate the sickness lurking within the depths of the Alchemy Commission. In the end,
And guess who arbitrated the case and handed down the sentence? None other than General Jing Yuan himself.
What?
You heard it right. The ones responsible for the corruption in the Alchemy Commission are not just the remnants of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, but even the divine foresight. Alas, why is your face turning pale, Yanqing? Don't worry about it. I understand that when someone holds a position of power, they may sometimes have to make tough decisions. I won't hold any personal grudges against him. Besides, at our age, holding
Lingsha, you're back! I've been waiting ages for you.
Yunli! Why aren't you with your grandpa? What brings you to the Alchemy Commission? Well, let me take this opportunity to introduce you to Yanqing.
What a small world. You stole my sword! Give it back!
I see. Let's skip the introduction.
Why do I keep bumping into you?
Are you stalking me? Of course not. Unlike you, Miss Yunli, I have important things to take care of. You...
Grandpa used to say that a sword reflects its master. I talked to your sword, and it told me that you've been distracted. You hesitate when you should strike. Now that I see you again, I realize your sword was right. It wasn't me who took your sword. It was you who...
Do you really expect me to believe that nonsense? I've been taking it easy on you because you're a guest from the Juming, but you're not taking the hint. Don't people from the Juming know you're supposed to return?
Just look at this flying sword. Even if I gave it back to you now, it'd just be taken away again. You know the Cloud Knight saying, a Cloud Knight must never let slip their weapon. Yes? Well, sure, I can give it back to you now, but on the battlefield...
Fine! You don't have to give it back, because I'll take it back myself!
But which general should I call?
Between these two, who do you think is tougher? Don't get me wrong, I'm just curious.
It is my first day at the Alchemy Commission. A brawl is definitely not how I imagine celebrating it.
Well, since you don't approve, I won't draw my sword here.
I didn't mean it in that way. Since you've already drawn your swords, you'd be disappointed if you didn't get to... I've received reports that the delves near the Alchemy Commission are still infested with abominations. Seems like my predecessors left quite a mess.
Clearing out some abominations?
It's the Cloud Knight's duty to eliminate those abominations. You don't have to ask me twice, Miss Lingsha.
Oh, you think you're the only one who knows how to behave? If Lingsha needs anything...
It's so heartwarming to see both of you being so sweet and caring. So then, shall we get going? Ever since the disciples of Sanctus Medicus were eradicated, their experimental abominations have been festering here. If you want a contest, I'll be the referee. The one who kills the most abominations within an hour wins.
Lingsha, as always, you're still an expert in making unpaid...
It's for your own good, little Yunli. While you desire to compete against each other, I don't want to see...
That's really thoughtful of you, Cauldron Master.
So, are you both ready? Ugh. Looks like my predecessors left quite a mess. Let me say it again. The one who kills the most abominations within an hour. Be careful when you draw your swords, and make sure you don't hurt each other.
Can we start now, Lingsha?
How many can you block? Strike with heart!
swordplay! Bladed flight!
I didn't expect someone who can't even hold on through clouds! You've got style with those moves, but you're not striking where it counts. It's such a shame to see you misuse your sword like that.
The strength. Heaven's surge. Awaken dormant scales. World-cleansing dragon.
There's more to life. Existence is unity.
How many
Every
people?
petal, all will be swept away by the wind.
Strike the park! Did that hurt? Feeling spiffy? Time for swordplay! Practice is over! Swords descend!
Heaven's surge. Rise!
Some value, I suppose.
Let's play. Can you find the answer?
Bladed flight!
I sent a storm. Heaven's surge.
How many can you block?
There's more to life.
Enjoying yourself? Let's play for a while. Feeling spiffy?
Strike the park!
Awaken dormant scales. World-cleansing dragon.
Practice is over! Swords descend! Time for swordplay!
Some value, I suppose. Every petal and all will be swept away by the wind.
Can you find the answer?
Eternal.
Rise!
I win, Miss Yoon Lee!
You got lucky.
Why don't you just give me back my sword, sincerely apologize, and then go cry your eyes out to your grant? Consider yourself lucky that I'm not interested in your rusty sword, as I don't have the nasty habit of snatching.
All you did was chop down a few monsters. Don't get... If you think you can just take this sword from my hand, go ahead.
Well fought, my young friends. However, both of you have shortcomings. One of you focuses on dodging and weaving, while the other relies on brute strength. trying to take down targets with a single strike.
Who are you?
Me? I'm just a patient seeking medicine from the Alchemy Commission. A passerby, if you will. I thought I'd see my fill of impressive fights during the war dance. Yet here I am, able to witness a remarkable fight at the Alchemy. However, I have a small suggestion for you. Why don't you settle this dispute fair and square in the war dance's ring? That way, you can resolve your differences with a proper duel.
Grudges? No, not at all. Yunli and I, we were...
Sparring? You summoned your flying swords, and she swung her sword with full strength.
Aha! What brings you here, Lady Fei Xiao? Have you finished your health consultation with the Dragon Lady?
Fei Xiao? Grandpa always talks about
the Merlin's Claw of the Xianzhou Yaoqing?
Looks like I'm quite famous on the Xianzhou Luofu, too.
Of course. Everyone has heard of the great general. Known to all, and unbeknown to none.
Great General? Isn't that title a bit too narcissistic? I don't like it. Ooh, I heard there's a dozing general on the Luofu, so I came up with a humble nickname for myself. The Lacking General. Lacking in worries, regrets, and rivals. Sounds much better, right?
Yeah, that's a befitting title that sounds both. Now that the sparring session is over, Yanqing and Yunli, shouldn't you politely thank General Fei Xiao for her guidance and bury the hatchet?
here's your sword. Keep it safe. Or it might get taken away again.
This is how she apologizes? Now that I finally got my sword back, I should report to the seat of divine foresight. I'll take my leave, General Fei Xiao. Oh, by the way, Miss Linksha, if you've got some free time, I'd like to invite you to the seat of divine foresight for a chat with General Jing Yuan. I think there's more to those personal grudges you mentioned.
Thanks for stepping in, General Fei Xiao. Otherwise, I'd have had to knock them out with my incense.
Not at all. Just doing what you asked. How about we call it even as payment for the healer lady's consultation?
Sorry, but even a general needs to pay their bills. We don't do credit here. And let's not forget, you'd have been waiting decades for a chance to see the Dragon Lady if it weren't for me.
Well, you can always send the bill to the seat of divine foresight and say it's for mentoring those kids. After all, it was quite the effort splitting them up. I nearly had to get tough. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to find a spot and get some... Back already? You've met with Jing Yuan and wandered around for a few hours. So, what do you think?
It appears that the Divine Foresight is using this war dance as a show of strength to convince everyone that the Luofu is prospering after the Ambrosial Arbor crisis.
But... I know you're going to say but, right?
But... the influx of people attending the war dance is like a breeding ground for disorder and rumors.
The Cloud Knights on the streets remain vigilant, so at the very least, General Jing Yuan is aware of this. As for other matters, I'm unable to...
I'd prefer to be excused from future meetings with generals. I'm just a military healer. And now all of a sudden I'm thrust onto the center stage having cordial chats with two generals?
My work doesn't lend itself to being in the limelight either.
Just stop whining. At least you're in one piece, right? Before getting in touch with General Jing Yuan, I wanted to put aside my assumptions and see his momentum. That includes the overall bearing of the Cloud Knights on the street, what people are saying, and how those close...
The might of an army dwells not within its pawns, but within the force of its collective momentum. Recognizing this fact reveals the true measure.
A perfectly clear statement turned confusing, thanks to your translation. You've made me lose where I was now. Anyway.
Are you treating General Jingyuan as your enemy?
The longest-serving general of the Xianzhou Luofu. Do you think he'd have only a few enemies?
By the way, General, you met the healer lady, yes? Could you show me the medicine she prescribed you?
Well, the healer lady couldn't do anything about my condition. She just told me to...
So not even the famed healer lady could help? Don't worry. I'll fulfill my promise and find a way to cure you. Actually, I've found some leads.
Well, life and death, Zhao Zhou. It's all predetermined. Upon starting my military career, I made a pledge that the rest of my life would be dedicated to be as long as I can fulfill that deep-seated desire. I don't care how long I live. You asked if I view General Jing Yuan as my enemy. No. My real enemy has always been...
Enjoy some tasty food. So, what's for dinner tonight?
Jeez. You really know how to read the room, don't you?
You guys figure it out for yourselves. I'm due to catch up with an old war friend I've not seen for quite a long...
Hey! Was that the Yaoqing general who just dropped in out of nowhere? I mean, when Yun Li swung that massive sword, she just casually blocked her attack with ease.
Mine too.
Yeah. But to go up against Yun Li is quite impressive, you know? That aura of heroism and grace. You think so too, right?
I agree. General Fei Xiao is indeed impressive.
I was talking about Yanqing, actually.
Thanks for the kind words, Miss March. The war dance is coming up, and I've been chosen to represent the Cloud Knights in the ceremony. I've had my fair share of defeats lately, and even though I know there are always more skilled sword masters out there, seeing General Fei Xiao's skills today has made me feel a bit uneasy again.
Don't underestimate yourself. After all, generals won't fight in the ring during the war dance. Just remember the state of mind you had when you...
I see. Thanks for the advice, Master Danheng. By the way, now that today's events are over, General Jing Yuan wants to invite all of you to the Seat of Divine Foresight.
I bet it's about how to deal with the generals from the Yaoqing and the Zhuming.
I really don't want to get caught up in grown-up games so soon. I just hope Generals Fei Xiao and Huaiyan can see the truth. We don't need any more chaos on the Luofu before the war.
Earlier at the Palace of Astral, I introduced these guests from the Astral Express to you, Elder Huaiyan. But with all the people around, we only exchanged pleasantries. Now, I'd like to officially introduce them. These three braved great dangers, accompanying me to perilous places, defeating the chief culprit Vantilia, and uncovering the conspiracies of...
Well, I skimmed through the reports about the Arbor's rebirth from the Master Diviner Hu Xuan. She's been summoned to the Yu Chui for questioning. There are a lot of doubts, but despite all that, I believe in you. Since you joined the ranks, you have repeatedly achieved remarkable feats. After the High Cloud Quintet each went their separate ways, despite the many criticisms within the Alliance, over the years you've served the Alliance with loyalty and wisdom. You've taken down abominations in Thalassa, rescued the Xianzhou Yu Chui from a siege. There are fools who doubt your loyalty. They're happy to see the divine foresight fail because it gives them some kind of sick satisfaction. They haven't achieved. But I've seen enough failures in my time, and I want to believe that your loyalty has never wavered.
So, General Fei Xiao of the Yaoqing is the only one investigating the Ambrosial Arbor crisis on behalf of the...
No. I am.
This old man's words always catch me off guard.
The Marshal ordered me to come to the Xianzhou Laofu, but the document only says, attend the war dance and listen to Fei Xiao's question. The Marshal is well aware of Jing Yuan's purpose in holding the ceremony and understands the situation he is facing. She mentioned it because she believes both issues.
Thanks for your kindness and sincerity, Elder Huayan. But is it appropriate to tell everyone here about the Marshal's orders?
By introducing the Express's witnesses to me alone, aren't you aiming to discern the intentions behind both my actions and Fei Xiao's? As for the Ambrosial Arbor crisis, all I need to do is listen. General Fei Xiao will be the one asking the questions. Oh, by the way, I've prepared a gift for the war dance. Yes, it's this case right here. There will be numerous contests and celebrations during the war dance, and the main event will be the Ringmaster's Challenge. The host will dispatch a skilled warrior to take on challengers from all over the cosmos, showcasing the excellent martial arts of the sea.
You humor me, Elder Huayan. The healer lady is just a young lady who knows nothing.
I'm no match to you when it comes to joking.
What's this box for? Why don't you open it, General Huayan?
This sword case is intended for the War Dance's award. It's empty now, but in a few days, a precious sword will be delivered and stored inside. I don't mean to boast about our skills, but this sword represents the pinnacle of the Zhuming's craftsmanship. It has a legendary history, full of heroic tales. I've been wondering, who would be worthy of such a sword? And then it hit me. I can award it. Moreover, I hear that Yanqing is an excellent swordmaster, and that he will be representing the Luofu as the ringmaster. So...
Thank you for your generosity, Elder Huayan.
If you want to give me a sword, just say the word, Grandpa. No need to beat around the bush.
You've got confidence, my girl, but I don't think you can best Yanqing.
I know you're all about swords, Miss Yunli. It's just a shame that it's the sword that ultimately chooses its rightful
Yeah, and even if someone gets their hands on such a precious sword, it'll probably end...
The outcome of our duel at the Alchemy Commission is still up in the air. Since you're interested, why don't you represent the Xianzhou Juming?
That's exactly what I had in mind. Nobody knows who's gonna come out on top. It could be me, could be someone else. It'll probably be me.
Not to be rude or anything. We've been watching their drama. I'm dying to find
quiet down. We have other guests here. I've prepared this sword to add some excitement to the ceremony, not to have you two squabble. It's while you both seem confident that you'll win, you need to remember there can only be one winner and one loser in the ring, which could lead to hard feelings. We don't know who the winner will be, and it might not be either of you. But if you're eyeing that prize, you'll need to work together. I want you to take on an...
How does that make sense?
In my humble opinion, while a Cloud Knight is commendable by securing victories, it's even more so to pass on your skills and spread the way of swordplay. I'd be greatly pleased if this apprentice could represent the Express in the war dance by displaying their Cloud Knight flair and...
Well, Elder Huayan's idea is quite interesting. Imparting swordplay skills requires teamwork, and both the winner and the loser will learn a valuable lesson regardless of the outcome.
Huh? Who?
I noticed just now that Miss March seemed quite interested in the outcome of your sword fight. So I thought, why not teach her the...
Wait! Are you serious, General? Why am I being dragged into this all of a sudden? I've never practiced swordplay before. I'm a total newbie. You really think I can learn it? Well,
Isn't this a perfect chance for you? I remember you mentioning that you wanted to learn some sword moves.
yeah, I did say that. But this is all happening...
Miss March is like a piece of jade in the rough, just waiting to be shaped. The war dance is the perfect
I appreciate your kind words, General Huayan. But won't teaching me swordplay be a waste of Yanqing and Yunli? Plus, I heard that each swordmaster has their own special moves. What if they let something slip while teaching me?
That's considerate of you, March 7th. But don't worry. It'll take you at least a decade of hard training before you can even start.
Really?
Looks like March's curiosity has been piqued.
The whole point is to know each other's moves. Defeating your opponent in just one move? How boring would that be?
So Miss Yunli has already agreed. What do you say?
General, I haven't graduated yet. How can I be qualified to...
So you're admitting your defeat, huh? If you're not even confident to teach, why...
Yanqing, teaching an apprentice is also a way of honing your own skills and gaining insights. You've been an apprentice for years.
I see, General. Then...
Now that Yanqing has agreed too, it all comes down to Miss March.
It's up to you to make the final decision, March.
At least that way, I won't have to worry about you accidentally shooting me in the butt all the time.
Hey, I've never missed my target. Then I'm on board. Thank you for your kindness, General Huayan.
Great! Starting tomorrow, Yanqing and Yunli will teach you the basics of the Cloud Knight's sword. Yunli and I will head out and purchase some sword practice equipment for Miss March. Think of it as a little initiation gift.
You're too kind. Wait, you're giving me a gift? General Huayan's gone. Wait, why does something feel off about what we talked about? I think we strayed off topic. How did things even get to this point?
Yeah, I brought you here because the General said he had some important matters to discuss. But how in the world did Yunli and...
Because... General Huayan wants us to stick around on the Lo Fu. But from his point of view, we're no different from all the other tourists who may leave at any time. since the crew's actions were mentioned in the Lawfu's operations log were given to the Alliance, he probably wants to see firsthand if we're as capable as the report claims, or if we're just some made-up excuse to save face. And he wants to see it for himself during the war dance, which is why he even dragged Yun Li into this. What began as a simple contest between two—
Elder Huayan is still that tricky general who likes to give everyone. My apologies. Truth be told, I invited all of you to the ceremony because I wished for you to act as my witnesses. In the coming weeks, I'll also invite all of you to a meeting with General Fei Xiao, where you may need to answer her questions and clear up any doubts she might have.
Don't worry, General. No matter what happens, I'm prepared to stay here as the Express's witness and answer any question.
Thank you, everyone.
General, I know there isn't much I can do to share your burden. As the Lawfu Ringmaster, I won't let anyone defeat me in the war dance.
I know.
The illustrious Merlin's claw waiting for me? And for so long, too? It's quite an honor. It's been a while.
It's been 30 years since we last saw each other. Right, Yukong?
Yes. Back then, you were the vanguard of the Yao Qing's Verdant Knights, and I was a pilot of the Lawfu's Rainbow Orbit Fleet. Who would have thought that upon meeting again, you'd be a general, and I'd have given— Well, I wouldn't say I haven't seen you in 30 years. After all, your great victories are announced through the Yellow Bell resonance system.
Still stable, I suppose. Do you still remember the medic who saved me in battle?
That healer with the odd name and peculiar temperament. What was his name again? Was it Pichu? Or Kachiao?
Jiao Cho. He's been my retainer and personal healer, delegated by the Alchemy Commission from the Xianzhou Yao Qing. Over the years, he's dedicated himself to managing my condition. Given my background, I'm happy to have made it this far.
I'm relieved to know that you're safe and sound. Well then, since you and Elder Huayan are here, I imagine you must have received orders from the as your friend. May I ask how the Alliance intends to punish the General of the Lawfu?
The Arbor's rebirth has frightened the elders who lurk behind the scenes. They fear the resurgence of abominations. Although the report from the Lawfu explained all the details, we don't know if the Ruin Legion really invaded. Or, as you know, the fugitive Jing Liu, who mysteriously disappeared many years ago, has resurfaced. This time, she has brought along an outworlder and a coffin. The Lawfu Preceptor has also leveled accusations against Jing Yuan for neglecting the Alliance's principles. She asserts that Jing Yuan enabled the exiled Imbibitor Lune to re-enter the Lawfu. It is for these reasons that I have come here to the Lawfu today. Well, duty calls. Perhaps I shouldn't have mentioned all of this to an uninvolved person, but since we once fought together, I didn't want to keep you in the dark.
I understand. I'm sorry. I was out of line. I know I shouldn't be defending General Jing Yuan right now, but the Lawfu has enjoyed centuries of stability since the end of the sedition of Imbibitor Lune, much of which can be attributed to General Jing Yuan's masterful strat. Unfortunately, for long-life species, enduring through the ages always culminates in a failure that undoes all previous achievements.
That's true. And that's why I'm also here for another purpose. To visit
Hule? You mean that Hule? The Borisin warhead? The same Hule who has been imprisoned in the shackling...
The nemesis of the Foxians who will never be forgiven and shall be imprisoned until the end of the cosmos.
Usually, only emissaries from the Xianzhou Yaoqing Skyfaring Commission visit him once every century. Why do you have to visit him now?
The Foxians and the Alliance made a pact to combat the abominations, aiming to achieve justice and free their kin. Given the situation on the Luofu, those on the Yaoqing are concerned about Hule's imprisonment. I'm afraid that the routine visit every century. That's why I was sent here, to reassure them.
It's all bad news.
Well, not everything. There might be a silver lining. Oh, by the way, I found some clues about the thing you asked for.
Tell me more.
The Verdant Knights followed the route you mentioned and discovered the wreckage of the Whistling Flame ship. Unfortunately, there were no survivors and no... However, someone had already been on the scene before we arrived.
Our people? Or someone from the IPC?
No, neither. Yukong, have you heard of a...
I'm still feeling...
Did I oversleep?
Brew some leaves and enjoy a luxurious...
There you are!
You haven't forgotten about our promise to General Huayan, have you? I woke up especially early so I can start teaching Miss March.
Hey, why are you blushing, Master Yanqing?
This is, the first time someone has called me Master. I need to, get used to it. Let me make it clear. Swordplay training is about improving your body, mind, and strength. It's not a casual game you can master over. I promised General Huayan that I'd teach you Cloud Knight swordplay, so you can participate in the war dance and defeat at least one opponent. I'll do my...
Is it too late for regrets? I'm already regretting my impulse.
Honestly, I'm not sure what I'll do either, because I've never been a teacher before. So, Miss March, please behave and don't skip classes.
You need to toughen up and train her properly, Master Yanqing. Don't go easy on her.
You're so heartless. By the way, where's Yun Li?
I've found a quiet spot in the back garden of the Palace of Astrum for our first lesson together.
Seriously? It's the first day, and you two are already late? Why is everyone on the Luofu so laid back?
Master Yun Li, you're already here. Sorry for keeping you...
Oh, wait. Were you trying to teach her in secret?
I'm just showing you what Luofu etiquette is all about. She might be my apprentice, but it's customary for the master to As the host, I'll be teaching Miss March the essence of Luofu swordplay, after which she'll emerge victorious in the war dance ring. You won't be complaining about Luofu swordplay then.
Stand aside, rookie. Let me show you how we Zhu-Ming sword masters treat their apprentices. Quickly, over here, Miss March. This is a reverse mentorship gift from me.
What's this?
Xianzhou sword practice requires precise movements. This outfit is tailored to fit perfectly and allows for smooth movements.
You're awesome, Master Yunli!
See? See? How can you compete with me? I'll teach March 7th the essence of Juming sword.
Actually, I've prepared something too.
Huh? You have a gift for me too, Master?
Since you want to learn swordplay, Miss March, you'll need suitable weapons. So, I went out of my way to prepare a pair of... Unfortunately, I didn't have time to ask the craftsman to customize the swords for you. But I did my best to choose ones that look nice and are suitable for a beginner. I hope you like them, Miss March.
Thank you, Master Yanqing!
Bet you didn't see that one coming, did you, Yun?
The real competition is just getting started.
I'm so lucky to have two great masters. But why does it feel like things are getting a bit... So what do you think, Masters? Does this outfit suit me?
Perfect. I chose it carefully. It's perfect for beautiful young swordswomen.
All right, let's get started with the training. The person next to me is a Cloud Knight instructor I've brought in. For your first lesson, try exchanging a couple of moves.
Wait. We're having actual combat training for the first lesson?
Well, I heard you have some experience with archery and martial arts. The first thing we're going to do is see just how strong your fundamentals are. Come on. Step forward and strike with the sword in the most natural way you can think of. It's important for us to grasp your natural movements so we can decide where to start and what you need to learn.
If you're ready, let's begin.
Okay. Peach blossoms and divine sword descend.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. But please go easy on me.
Then I apologize in advance, Miss March.
Please have some tea.
Pay close attention, Miss March. Luofu swordplay is all about being swift and agile in your movements.
Ignore him. Strength is everything.
Again. Right on time. Like this? Shine.
Well done!
Come on! Let me fight! Here you go, Master!
Practice is over. Swords descend! Bladed flight!
What are you made of?
Time for swordplay!
Nice job!
How many can you block?
I'm starting to get the hang of it. Time to show you what I can really do. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards, what's this?
What are you mumbling about?
Isn't this, sword technique? Shouldn't I be saying something cool?
Strike! Yes, you!
I get it! That was a true heart and focused mind. Here I come!
Swords descend!
You'll make good show you what I could. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards. What?
Time for swordplay. Strike with heart.
I didn't expect the first lesson to be...
Miss March has quick hands and a flexible body. She's a perfect fit for practicing Lawfu swordplay.
However, she lacks strength, and her strikes were a bit unfocused. But don't worry, that's totally normal for beginners.
Once she starts given the situation, I believe Miss March should start by working her strength.
Seriously, do you actually know?
I could ask you the same thing. Dual swords require agility. So what's more important than footwork?
Instead of focusing on her strengths, we should address her weaknesses. The drawback of wielding two swords is not generating enough force.
Skilled swordmasters know how to play to their strengths and work on their weaknesses. Start with what you're good at, then tackle your weaknesses.
You're quite the theorist, huh?
Theorist? You claim to be able to talk to swords. So what does that make you? A lunatic?
Hey, it's only my first lesson, and you're already arguing. Come on, calm down, masters.
But it does matter. Just listen to me, March 7th.
Aww. Dear Himeko, Mr. Yang, and Pom Pom, we're all good here on the Xianzhou Lawfu, so no need to worry. By the way, how's your trip going? As for me, I've somehow become the apprentice to two Cloud Knight sword masters. One of them is Yenqing, the boy we've all met before. The other is Yun Li, the granddaughter of General. Both masters are super strict, giving me a real taste of how hard sword training can be. I tried to drag him into this, but he refused. Then I tried to rope Dan Heng in, but still, I didn't let the difficulty get to me. In just a few weeks, my sword skills have improved a lot. Thanks to their guidance, I've actually made some progress. When I get back to the Express, I'll definitely show off my skills and impress you all. Looking forward to your reply. Yours, Mark.
Well done.
Miss March's sword skills are really coming along. She'll hold her own just fine in the war dance.
Perhaps I might have a shot at beating both masters in the ring?
Get real. You've only been practicing for a short while.
With your talent, Miss March, if you dedicate a few more decades to training, you might eventually be able to defeat Yun Li.
Decades? But I'll be an old lady by then. No.
Can you believe it? March 7th has actually become a pretty decent swordmaster in such a short time. Now I understand why Grandpa always had a grin on his face while training me.
Are you sure he wasn't laughing at you?
Oh, shut up.
It's all thanks to your amazing guidance, masters.
Miss March, you're really getting the hang of wielding dual swords. If you're keen on advancing, trying out different Xianzhou blades...
Let me see. Which sword is the most powerful? Single sword? Great sword? Or maybe a flying?
There's no such thing as the most powerful sword. It's all about the skill of the sword master. Yanqing wields several.
First, you didn't kick my butt. Second, you'll never kick my butt. Third, how about we settle this right?
Yeah, I'm up for that. And if I kick your butt, you'll drop out of the war dance.
Why are you two arguing again? I thought things had been improving between you lately.
There was talk that the leading disciples of the Law Fu and Juming generals were supposed to face off in the war dance, but for some reason, they suddenly teamed up to train an apprentice of their own. Tomorrow is the big day of the war dance. Shouldn't you two be focusing on honing your skill?
You're... Oh, that's right. You're the pink-haired fox.
This is Mr. Jiaoqiu, the healer working for the general of the Xianzhou Yaoqing.
Ah, got it. So, you're the participant attending the war dance on behalf of the Yaoqing. And you were...
Sorry for the misunderstanding. I don't know anything about martial arts. I'm just here on the general's orders to take care of some of...
If you know nothing about martial arts, why were you smirking earlier?
Well, my curiosity got the better of me, I suppose. When I heard from my professional experience, cleavers, slicers, chopping knives, and carving knives are all just tools. Kind of like frying, sautéing, boiling. It's like your sword teaching methods. If you align your ingredient, in other words, your apprentice's natural tendencies, with the right for example, golden eggplant tastes best when fried, cloud peppers when stir-fried, and yellow...
All this talk about food is making me hungry.
Aren't you a healer? Why are you talking about...
Well, it's just a metaphor. The medicinal school I follow on the Xianzhou Yaoqing is called the Run.
So, you're the general's cook?
I'm a healer. But anyway, a cook who isn't interested in health doesn't make for a good... Seeing the way you're looking at me, it's obvious you think I'm just some feeble academic who likes to blabber on about martial arts. But... in reality, I know a thing or two about it.
Why is this guy suddenly getting all serious with kids?
Do you recognize this bottle of medicine in my hand?
No.
This is called tumble dust, an extract from an exotic flower named yabra.
Is it poison?
Well, it depends on how it's used. With just one drop, it's able to numb a patient's body during surgery, making them increase the dose or the potency, and it'll slow the metabolism, making the blood thin and resulting in the loss of all senses. This thing can save lives or take them. It's more powerful.
That may be so, but still, I prefer settling things.
Huh. Looks like I did get you all wrong. You're not a feeble scholar, but a...
Hey, why the insults all of a sudden? I'm just sharing some medical knowledge here.
Seems like you get real excited when talking about poison. I can't tell if that's an honorable thing or sinister.
Picture this. 2 individuals. The one standing is full of malice. In the throes of combat, where life and death hinge on a singular moment, every idea fades into nothingness. Surviving the battlefield reshapes all notions of worth, be it integrity or treachery.
Perhaps you've underestimated Yunli and me, Mr. Jiao Cho. We may be young, but...
Well, well. Then you should know that the war dance is nothing more than a contest.
When I was appointed as the ringmaster for the war dance, I asked the general, we Cloud Knights are supposed to charge into the fray and slay enemies. And this is how the general replied. To unsheath your sword in a ring is no different than on the battle. The war dance is the perfect chance to showcase martial virtue and forge alliances from all over the cosmos.
That's quite an insightful statement, Yanqing. Well, my apologies for being so short-sighted. Hearing you speak so highly of it has piqued my curiosity. Would you mind showing me around?
You want to see the Sky Splitter ship where the war dance will be held? Let's go! I bet Yunli and Miss March haven't... Let's go. I'll give you a tour of the Sky Splitter.
Looks like a lot of other visitors have also come to catch a glimpse of the Sky Splitter.
What's up, Mr. Jiao Cho?
No, it's nothing.
Do you see that airship in the distance? That's the Sky Splitter, the venue for the war...
It doesn't look all that impressive from this distance.
The Sky Splitter is actually a decommissioned Luofu military vessel. People aren't allowed on board until tomorrow, when the bell rings and the ceremonial cannons roar. I'll be there representing the Cloud Knights since I was a kid. I've been training in swordplay and the art of war under the general. Every day, I'd swing my sword 10,000 times, and then thrust it 10... I understand that I'm not like other kids. I never envied the toys and freedom they all had. I never found sword practice boring, even in the thick of battle. Facing down savage abominations, I never felt scared. Each day, I could feel myself getting stronger and stronger, and I racked up countless victories. But then, I faced a really tough opponent. And just one slash shattered my confidence into 1,000 pieces. That's when I felt true fear for the... After that, I had to pick up the pieces and try to put myself back together. But no matter how hard I tried, I often ask myself, why do I wield my sword? While the general could teach me the art of swordplay, he couldn't teach me why I should keep on going. But after talking with you, Mr. Jiao Cho, I think as a member of the Cloud Knights and the General's apprentice, I've had a weight on my shoulders. But when I wield my sword, it feels like I'm letting go of everything. I love... That's why I wield my sword.
Oh, Yanqing. So young, yet so grown up. By the way, how old are you exactly?
Age doesn't really matter. All sword masters will understand how I feel.
I get it. Looks like all the kids on the Luofu live tough lives.
It's not polite to ask a girl her age, no matter which Xianzhou ship you're on.
I'm not asking your age. I'm asking if you have a dream like Yanqing has.
You don't talk like a cook. You sound more like a TV host or something.
Need I repeat myself again?
Well, I don't have a dream like Yanqing does. The only reason I...
Sounds like that mind of yours is just filled with swords.
I bet you've got nothing better on your mind. My father was a craftsman on the Xianzhou Juming. Since I was a kid, it's been clear to me that not everyone deserves to have a weapon in their hands. Giving them a sword is no... So, whenever I come across someone unworthy of a sword, I can't help but want to take it away from them.
Hey, what do you mean by an unworthy master?
I see. It's not easy for kids on the... Well, it's better to have a reason for wielding a sword than to be lost and confused. I've saved count...
What happened, Mr. Zhao Cho?
Oh, nothing. I was just reminded of some... Judging from my professional perspective as a healer, both of you possess remarkable vitality. Your energies flow like Well, we've seen the Sky Splitter and toured the Stargazer Navalia. I guess it...
What? You're leaving already? But you haven't asked me about my dreams.
It's getting late, Miss March. Unlike you lot, I'm a grown-up bound by responsibilities and duty. By the way, Yanqing, is it normal to have so many people wandering around in an automated area like the Stargazer Naval?
Actually, this is a restricted area. But since you're all guests, I made an...
I understand. Well, I'll take my leave.
Seriously? I just spent so much time thinking about my dream.
Now that we're done with our tour of the sky...
Why don't we take a day off?
What? You want to secretly practice swordplay by yourself?
You know cramming before a fight never works out. For some reason, seeing the Sky Splitter has boosted my confidence. So, I've decided to conserve my strength. All right. I'll take you out of the Stargazer Navalia.
Oh, just shut up, Red Fang! This is not a beast ship. I need some time to take care of things.
You willingly donned the skin of a lowly beast to join this mission, dedicating yourself to our glorious cause.
I'm doing my best, all right? It takes time to figure all this out. When the guns go off tomorrow, all eyes will be on it. That'll be our only chance. How's that?
Who's there?
Who are you guys?
An impromptu inspection. Why are there outsiders loitering in Stargazer Navalia?
Hey, kids, didn't your parents ever tell you to stay away from the Stargazer Navalia? I know it's an automated facility, but it doesn't mean you can just break in and do what you want.
First of all, I'm an adult. Second, I didn't just break in.
Yeah, we flew here on a star skiff. Like, whoosh!
Well, I'm not trying to tell you off, but this place is off limits to the public, you know?
Big sis, let's go. I want to play in Ever Hunt Planes.
Huh? Ever hunt planes? Yeah, sure. Big Sis will take you there.
Shuha! You should have let me. Shh, the overhaul is done, and everything looks good. We should leave.
Could you repeat what you just said, Yanqing?
What did I say?
Big sis, let's go. I want to play in...
Come on. Can't you read the room? Something is definitely off about the 3 people we just met.
Yeah, anyone could see that. I just wanted to... That pink-haired fox tried to say something. I'm pretty sure he sensed something fishy. Since he's not familiar with this place, he just dropped us a hint.
I knew that from the beginning!
That Cloud Knight didn't recognize Master Yen Qing at all. That's really...
What? Is he famous on the Lavu or something? Not even the Cloud Knights on the Juming, who all know...
You have a point.
A Cloud Knight, a member from the Skyfaring Commission, and a craftsman. They're from various departments, and the reason for the overhaul seems legit. But I have a feeling that if we secretly tail them, we'll definitely catch these guys in the act. Follow my lead, and be careful not to blow our cover.
Never mind who they are. Let's just film them.
We should have just killed those lowly beasts. Those little brats won't take up much space. There are boxes all over this place. Just dump them into one and no one...
Cut the theatrics, Grulok. Even the slightest slip-up could interfere with Lord Moktok's plans.
So where are we heading next?
To check the freight skiffs. We've got a lot of preparations to do. Weapons, supplies. We've got to be well prepared. Otherwise, we're screwed.
So, are they... smugglers?
I have no clue, but they seem to be moving those crates. I've got an idea. We can hide inside the...
I can hardly...
Just hang in there!
Let's just put the cargo here for now, all right? Then we'll move on to inspect the ships. Lord Moktok said that as soon as we're done, we're to board the freight skiff and leave this place.
Don't worry, I've changed the shipping schedule. You two, come with me.
Is it just me? I keep smelling that stench of lowly beasts everywhere we go.
Don't be so paranoid.
Looks like they're planning to escape on the skiffs in Stargazer Navalia. They keep talking about their plans, but where do they come from? And what do they want to do on the Xianzhou?
They're definitely up to something bad. Wait, they disappeared. Let's...
Tread softly, breathe quietly, and make sure to keep an eye on them. Hide out of sight as soon as there's any sign of activity. Did he spot us? Quickly, hide!
Don't be so paranoid. We're running out of time. Get over here!
Shuhard, I'm coming!
They're leaving. We should catch up to them. Quickly! What are they up to? They're all wearing official uniforms, but I'm pretty sure they're not members of the Skyfair.
Never mind who they are. Let's just film them. That way, if they do anything bad, we'll have solid evidence.
Look at this. A freight star skiff with enough room to fit at least 20 of my men. I'll let the others know and have them prepare more stars. Once we're past the checkpoint, there will be beast ships waiting for us. Lord Moktok is ready. The revival of our ancient bloodline all hinges on this operation.
What did he just say? Beast ship.
Who's there?
It's those brats! I told you to get rid of them, but you didn't listen, you idiot! Wipe them all out!
Borison?
Adusa! Die, you lowly beasts!
Stay away.
Eternal.
Not very sportsmanlike.
Dare attack me?
Can you find the answer?
All will be swept away by the wind.
Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards, Wasp, yes! Feeling spiffy?
Fiends or devils? I'll crush them all!
Can you find the answer? Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards, Wasp, yes! Feeling spiffy? Oh, I get it!
How is this possible? How did these Foxians change their appearances like that?
They're not Foxians at all. They revealed their true form. They're Borison, just like the bandits I defeated on the IPC.
Wait, that means...
Well, how did the Borison manage to infiltrate the Cienjo?
It's not just a simple disguise of wearing our clothing and shaving their whiskers. They're somehow able to alter their appearance to be indistinguishable. They even have official IDs for the Skyfaring Commission, the Artisanship Commission, and even the Cloud Knights? Let me check this fake Cloud Knight's tag. Maybe it'll give us some clues. Lujun, an officer of the Patrol Defense Squad? Wait!
What's the matter?
I encountered a patrol officer named Lujun before. It was a few weeks ago, when we were transporting the Borison prisoners. If they can forge official identities and move around the Cienjo without raising suspicion... Oh no.
Even worse. If you find one cockroach on the Express, you...
There are more Borison hiding on the Cienjo. I bet their plan is much bigger than just stealing information. We've got to report this to the Seat of Divine Foresight.
I am glad to finally meet you in person, guests from the Astral Express. I'm Fei Xiao, the General of the Cienjo.
Let me introduce our guest to you. The one dressed in green.
He's the reincarnation of Imbibitor Lune, and the person behind him is the newest member of the crew. I've heard a lot about you. Outside the reports from the Law Fu, the Skyfaring Commission of the Yaoqing has also gathered plenty of information about both of you. I've been eager to meet you face to face for reasons that... That's right. But don't worry, this isn't a trial. I just want to have a chat with you and get a better understanding. According to General Jing Yuan's report, the Ruin Legion is to blame for the Ambrosial Arbor crisis, and all Arbiter Over the years, the Destruction's minions have wreaked havoc on countless worlds, and the Alliance has been keeping an eye on them. But no one expected them to join hands with the Remnant. The damage caused by the Ambrosial Arbor crisis was far less severe than expected, which is good news for us. However, it was quite different from the Ruin Legion's usual. While I trust the bravery of the Divine Foresight and the Nameless, I'm curious about some details missing from the report. I'd like to take the... Let me be clear. The questions I'll ask might not reflect my actual thoughts, so please don't take offense if any of my questions seem a bit harsh.
Please go ahead, General. But keep in mind we can only answer based on what we know. And perhaps you already have the answers to your questions.
You have a clever tongue. I like it.
The Merlin's claw is quite articulate. Right now, her intentions are unknown, and Jing Yuan wants us to be honest. Maybe I'll just stick to the facts we know.
Let's cut to the chase. Before the crisis struck, the Astral Express was guided here by a Stellaron hunter, a wanted felon, in an attempt to resolve the Stellaron crisis. However, everyone in the cosmos knows of the Stellaron hunter's reputation. So, why did you place so much trust in them? Could it be that some of you have a connection with them?
Rumor has it that Elio, the leader of the Stellaron Hunters, possesses the power to see into the future. He foresaw that the Xianzhou and the Express would have important roles to play in the war against Nanook. That's why we were lured here to the Luofu, to deal with the Stellaron crisis and fulfill the...
General Jing Yuan believes in this prophecy too, as mentioned in the report. I'm curious why you didn't question it at all. Could it be because one of the Stellaron hunters is actually an old acquaintance of General Jing Yuan?
Please be cautious with your words, Merlin's Claw. Let's avoid sowing doubt among our comrades. That Stellaron hunter used to be my
I'm simply bringing up the doubts about General Jing Yuan that exist within the Alliance. Since I'm representing them, perhaps you can just imagine. Let's move on to the next question. The report suggests that Don Shu, the master of the Disciples of Sanctus Medicus, colluded with the Lord Ravager and used the power. But here's the thing. Don Shu was just a chief alchemist. Even if she colluded with our enemies and summoned the Stellaron, how did she manage to bypass the Videodara guards around the Ambrosial Arbor?
If the Luofu hadn't exiled Dan Heng, leaving the Videodara with no leader, they wouldn't have fallen into...
Imbibitor Lune was exiled due to his own crimes. Now, Dan Heng, as his reincarnation, is free.
I was concerned about the safety of my companions, so I acted brazenly. I admit.
But he returned despite everything. Now, let's consider the outcome. The Arbor, according to the report, Lord Ravager Fantilia is the mastermind behind the entire conspiracy. She disguised herself as an ambassador of the Skyfaring Commission and traveled with you, only to vanish without a trace later on. It seems...
We were working with Diviner Fu, and she also witnessed Fantilia's true form. You're not going to doubt one of your own people, are you?
Of course not. We can trust the testimony of Master Diviner Fu Xuan. However, even if she saw it with her own eyes, we can't completely rule out... Well, it appears that you are still unable to give explanations for several details about how the nameless generals... I am finished with my questioning.
So, what do you think, General Fei Shao? Have the doubts in the report been...
The two nameless have been honest in their answers. Even though there are some tricky details, my intuition tells me there is nothing. However, the 3 questions I posed earlier were not just for the nameless, but for you too, General Jing Yuan. First, the disciples of Sanctus Medicus grew uninterrupted on the Law Fu, yet the 6 charioteers were not aware of it. That. Second, you believed in the Stellaron Hunter's prophecy and entrusted outsiders to solve the crisis, even granting them access to the Plague Mark. That was a dereliction of... Third, you insist on holding the war dance right after the Ambrosial Arbor crisis, putting the Law Fu back in the spotlight.
Merlin's Claw. Is this your line of thinking? Or the
From the moment I walked in, I made it clear that the questions I'd ask might not...
The disciples of Sanctus Medicus were deeply rooted and had been plotting for a long time. I admit, as for the Stellaron Hunter's prophecy, I didn't believe all of it. But in the end, the Law Fu did survive the Ambrosial Arbor crisis. So, I think it's safe to say that And as for the war dance, do you think I'm unaware of the risks? However, risks can also be opportunities.
Just as I expected from our sophisticated divine foresight. But, unfortunately, ever since the report was submitted, the Alliance has been filled with rumors and speculation.
So what are your thoughts on all of this?
As a fellow Arbiter General, I fully understand the difficulties of this position. Personally, I think all these rumors are meaningless drivel. Across the sea of... just as what happened on the Xianzhou Yaoqing.
You mean... the Xianzhou Yaoqing?
The scouts of the Verdant Knights have sent back reports that Borisin are making trouble again. The Borisin packs that were once divided and
An entity?
According to the report, this entity isn't actually a Borisin. It's a woman claiming to be the messenger of the Master of Immortality.
That's Fantilia.
That's right. You're lucky that I'm the one who came this time. If it were the Patina Justice or the Seer Strategist, this conversation might not be so friendly. I've always had faith in my instincts, so I don't doubt your good intentions. But the Alliance has its fair share of questions and doubts about the law.
What's in this plan, General Fei?
General Jing Yuan, you already know what has to be done. But since you don't want to be the bad guy, I'll take care of it for you. And for that, I'll have to ask the 2 nameless to visit the Shackling prison. No, I'm not imprisoning you. While you're there, I'll ask a judge in the 10 Lords Commission's Interrogation Division to record a detailed testimony with the Karmic Mirror.
I'm okay with that.
Your willingness to help is truly heartwarming, youngsters.
Then, as the Merlin's Claw requests,
Oh, there's one more thing. This testimony is for silencing the voices of opposition within the Alliance.
so, you are here for Hule.
Exactly. Hule is locked up in the Lawfu's shackling prison. Since he is the broodlord of the Borisin, I want—
It makes sense to have the Foxians keep an eye on their arch-nemesis. Since you trust my judgment...
I was worried this would turn into a heated argument, but it seems like both of you are on the same—
And as for Hule, I'll send my lieutenants Jiao Cho and Moza to check on his condition in prison.
I'm really sorry about all this. But the testimony in the shackling prison, I'll call for a messenger to take you to the interrogation division. You just—
As you wish, General.
As General Jing Yuan requested, everything is prepared for your arrival, and I am here to receive you. The judges at the interrogation division also know your purpose in coming.
The shackling prison.
Danhong.
Don't worry about me.
If you're ready, I'll open the gate for you. This is one of many entrances used for temporary access. Since you're not actual prisoners, it makes sense for you to use this entrance. Please come on in, dear guests.
Whatever if the cloud is off.
What are you looking at?
The shackling prison on the Lawfu is completely different from the one on the Yaoqing.
Whether it's in the clouds or underwater, breaking free would still be a piece of cake for me.
Still thinking about your old jailbreak tricks, huh? Forget it. You're free now. Just don't do anything stupid, or the judges will throw you back in there and lock you up for a few—
You'll see me again in just a few days.
Taking Hule back to the Yaoqing means a lot to the Foxians on the ship, and to the General herself. So stay alert.
Guests, my name is Shui Yi, and I'm here on orders from the Incarceration Division of the Ten Lords Commission.
We're Jiao Cho and Moza. General Fei Xiao sent us to extradite the Borisin criminal Hule to the— We're here to inspect the conditions of his imprisonment and make preparations for the handover and transportation. I assume you've been briefed, Your Honor.
Your visit request has been approved. I'll be your guide for this trip. Prisoner Hule, the warhead and brood lord of the Borisin Abominations of Abundance and the arch-nemesis of the Foxians, is responsible for 2,000— Due to his heinous acts, he has been imprisoned in the depths of the shackling prison and subjected—
No need to repeat his crimes and sentence, Your Honor. He is the greatest and—
When it comes to visiting criminals, there are rules in place to ensure your safety. I know you've heard legends about Hule since you were children, but your knowledge about him is likely very limited.
Only the judges of the Ten Lords Commission truly know what kind of It has been centuries since Jing Liu, the former sword champion of the Luofu, captured Hulei. And during all those years, the Forest of Swords, forged by the Punishment Division, is a device of intense torment, used to execute sinful abominations. The complex rules are there because of his abnormal characteristics.
I apologize for any offense caused.
I've given you the instructions regarding Hulei's visitation. Please make sure you... And please, take this pellet before proceeding.
No, I'm not taking random medicine.
Then you won't be allowed to visit Hulei.
Just swallow it already. Hulei is like all Borisin. He can release a pheromone called lupatoxin that induces fear. Thousands of years ago, we Foxians were enslaved by the Borisin. Not because we were naturally weaker, but because of their lupatoxin.
I understand.
I knew you were a reasonable person. Now that we've taken the medicine... Your Honor.
What is it?
No. Never mind. Maybe I'm just...
Here we are. Her Honor hasn't arrived yet. Please wait a moment.
Welcome, dear guests from the Express. Glad to meet you again. Please allow me to express my gratitude to you again for subduing the demons in the Fixtral Garden.
Looks like while March 7th and I were clueless, you already made many friends on the Xianzhou Law.
Even though you and I have met before, we can't show any favoritism under the Ten Lords. So, this is not a place for ordinary mortals. You and Mr. Duff.
Please lead the way, Your Honor.
Please let me activate the mechanism before we all move forward.
It's freezing.
This place is filled with the cold air from the northern peak of the polar delve. Even the toughest long-life species would... Did you hear something just now? Let me check it out. Ugh, what an eyesore. This place is packed with...
These crates... They look oddly...
A few days ago, the Spiritfarers received reports about an IPC transport ship that was attacked. I had a feeling there would be trouble during the war dance. But throwing both the pirates and the cargo in jail? I heard the Intelligentsia Guild crafted something dangerous. We have many records in the Hall of Karma about these wise ones. I caught a glimpse of the mechs in those crates, and they bear a striking resemblance to Boris. Well, business first. Let's keep moving. Strange. I don't remember checking the containment facilities a second time.
Watch out!
Emergency! All wardens prepare for action! Emergency! All wardens prepare for action!
What's happening here? Why are these things moving on their own? Something's wrong. The guards aren't responding. This thing is going wild, just like a Boris.
Looks like we're on our own for this one.
Will you find the answer?
Eternal.
Watch out!
World cleansing dragon.
But how is this even possible? The Spiritfarers follow the protocols, cutting off power to the mechs and sealing the crate.
It's just like what happened in the Artisanship Commission before. These goods went haywire and attacked everyone. The Alchemy Commission members examined them and found some unusual structures within. These things showing up in the shackling prison can only mean one thing.
A prison break.
And whoever delivered these goods clearly wanted them to go through the Xianzhou's strict inspection process to show the Skyfaring Commission Cloud.
If these things already started taking action while nobody was paying attention, then the whole prison is in trouble, I'm afraid. And to make things worse, another group of visitors just entered the depths of the shackling prison, and the prisoner they came to visit might be the target whom these wolf-shaped mechs were delivered here for. If that...
Here we are.
Have we arrived already, Your Honor? Shouldn't there be a cage here?
The most notorious felons are locked away in the solitary delves, deep down in the prison.
Stir-fry over.
Those delves can't be opened without... I've given you the diagrams for lighting... the lanterns. Please take a look.
Not bad. It could even use some more intensity.
path is open. Once we descend to the bottom of the prison, please do not do anything reckless. Inside the delve, behind this door, is the greatest enemy of the Foxians, Hule. According to custom, envoys from the Yao Qing visit the Xianzhou Luofu once every century to check. Even though the Ten Lords Commission sentenced Hule to the Forest of Swords, suffering every day for the rest of his life, I understand. Unfortunately, for the past 7 centuries, they've had to return disappointed. Because this beast...
If we can use his toxin to create medicine and save an innocent life, it might help balance out some of the sin. Could you be the key to a cure for the General, Hule?
And once again, the envoys of the Yao Qing will leave disappointed. However, I won't say the same for me and my brother.
Who's there?
I'm just a humble counselor of the Rhino Hound Pack. You can call me...
Wardens, intruders on the lowest level! Send reinforcements!
Nobody will hear you here. At the bottom of the shackling prison. Thank you for opening up the prison for us, Your Honor. We'll take it from here.
No wonder I kept smelling that familiar stench. So it wasn't just my imagination.
We mustn't let these abominations get any closer! Detestable things. There are too many of them.
Once we were inside the shackling prison, we found souls failing everywhere.
Can you find the answer? Some value as eternal.
Every petal and all will be swept away by the wind. So this
How
is
about
the
letting
warmth
the
of
enemy
life.
strike first?
Fiends or devil, I'll crush them all!
More seasoned. I'm honored by your presence. Since you're already here, why not have a meal before time?
I suggest you surrender now. Of course, I'll still kill you all. But I promise it'll be swift.
A little more heat.
Get them!
Since you're already here, why not have a meal before time?
How presumptuous! Die now!
Leave if you can, Moza.
It's not time yet.
Stay away!
Dare attack me!
More seasoned.
Feeling spiffy? Can you find the answer?
All will be swept away by the wind.
Back. Since you're already here, why not have a meal before time?
Fiends or devil, I'll crush them all!
A little more heat.
Let's play for a while.
Existence is unity.
Since you're already here, why not have a meal before you leave?
Feeling spiffy? Can you find the answer?
Back.
All will be swept away by the wind.
A little more heat. Since you're already here, why not have a meal before you leave? More seasoning. How about letting the enemy a little more heat?
Feeling spiffy? I'm scared.
Fiends or devils? I'll crush them all!
It's better to make no move.
Let's play. Can you find the answer?
More seasoning.
Down!
Guard the gate! They can't be allowed in!
Been a long time. Boy, welcome back.
How many times has the old verdant home spun around since our last hunt?
Oh, great Hule, nemesis of the Foxians and the hunter of all beings. It's been at least 7 centuries since you led our pack through the hunting ground.
7 centuries? 7 centuries have passed. But
I've been commanded to release you from this cursed prison. It is Senjaya's will. That's why
since you have an escape plan, tell me, what's our next move to—
My brothers and I will lock down this prison, trapping the prison guards inside. Tobias, the rest of my crew, who are undercover like me, will secure the vessels for our escape. Originally, I intended to carry out the plan tomorrow, but they're planning to transfer you to the Xianzhou Yaoqing now. So
What a reckless plan, you idiot! Even if we manage to get the ships,
we have no other choice. The angel serving under the Master of Immortality sent me with a message. Only your return will end Every one of my crew is ready to lay down their lives if it means setting you free.
A sneaky weakling like you is actually showing some—
Well then, my lord, we should leave now.
Before we go, give me one of those magic—
My lord, you seriously want to don the skin of a lowly beast?
You idiot. Greatness means nothing without freedom. Once I get out—
As you wish, my lord.
Is that Foxian slave?
No, he's an envoy from the Xianzhou Yaoqing. I plead you to endure him a bit, my lord, as he's more valuable as a hostage.
Madam Hanya, the wardens in all areas are regrouping. Those Ingenium enemies are wandering around. And to make things worse, those iron wolves broke open the cages and let the criminals out! We've called for back.
Let's preserve our strength and first take down the isolated prisoners. By decree of the Ten Lords.
Just a short time ago, the nether key mechanism was activated. It was probably Madame Shuidi and the Yaoqing messenger.
We mustn't let that vile beast escape from its cage.
We've gathered all the prison guards who can still fight, and we'll split up and secure each floor.
Go!
Those intruders are quite bold. They must have been planning this for quite a while.
Indeed, but Borisin tend to favor direct and aggressive approaches. Crafting careful and precise plans like this is simply... Let's focus on the current situation right now. Please help me.
What's the fastest way to the bottom of this prison, Miss Hanya? If we don't get there quickly, we'll soon be outnumbered by all the enemies.
We'll have to bend the rules. Please, follow me.
Prisoners must remain in place in a phase.
By decree of the Ten Lords, all prison breakers and intruders shall be apprehended, dead or... alive.
Yes, ma'am!
Hold your position here.
Yes, ma'am.
We need a few tools if we want to reach the bottom quickly. Follow me to the next floor.
Looks like there was a fierce battle here not long ago.
The gate to the prison delve is wide open. Hule has managed to break free. Where are the Yaoqing messengers? And where's my sister? Are they—
Let's look around. Maybe we'll find some clues.
Shui is here.
Miss Shui briefly sacrificed herself.
Condolences. Well, that's unnecessary. You must understand. Thanks to the Ten Lords' blessing, my sister turned into an Ingenium centuries ago. Dying and returning as just a soul to... While I'm not keen on seeing her throw away her body like it's some replaceable part, but... By the way, have you seen bodies that might be the Yaoqing messengers? One of them is a Foxian wearing...
No. I haven't found... Only Borisin.
So... The intruders and Hule are holding the... This is the worst situation. With hostages in their grasp, the prison guards can't do anything about the prisoners. We must rescue the messengers, get out of here, and spread the news. We mustn't give up as long as there's a glimmer of hope.
What have you found, Miss Hanya?
Reconstruct.
My sister. Looks like her soul hasn't returned to the Hall of Karma yet. At such a critical moment, her death can give us information that we can turn into an advantage. Let me see. The damage isn't... If I can fix it up, my sister will have a temporary body. Welcome back, sister. I don't know what kind of expression I should have at a time like this.
Just don't let me be damaged again. I'll lose my This Psy Crane can't hold all of me.
Sister, what did you see when you were...
One of the Yaoqing messengers escaped, and the other one was taken hostage?
Besides the Borisin, there were other intruders.
Invisible intruders? What does that even mean? Do me a favor, sister. The intruders have cut off all communication between inside and outside the prison, and make sure you deliver the news to the outside world.
I understand. Please be careful.
Time is running out, Miss Hanya. If we keep delaying, those Borisin will escape from the prison.
All right. If we happen to come across that Yaoqing messenger who got away... No. Stopping Hule should probably be our top priority.
Wait! Something feels off.
The invisible intruders?
Watch your back!
These abominations aren't prisoners from this prison.
Fiends or devils? I'll crush them all!
Can you find the answer?
World cleansing dragon. Rise!
Existence is unity. All will be swept away by the wind.
Feeling spiffy?
The prison management on the Luofu is truly concerning.
Who are you?
Aren't you looking for me?
The answer.
World cleansing dragon. Rise!
Just focus on the fight.
Mortality means forever.
Feeling spiffy?
Fiends or devils? I'll crush them all!
All will be swept away by the wind.
Can you find the answer?
World cleansing dragon.
A miracle.
Stay away!
Eternal. Feeling spiffy?
The consequences are mine to bear.
The prison management on the Luofu is truly concerning. I prefer to be called the Yaoqing messenger who strategically retreated. At least 2 different groups of intruders infiltrated here. The wolf cubs and these Mara-struck soldiers. Their hiding technique. It's pretty similar to the wind mantle technique used by the Vidyadhara serving Kailorum Venti on the Yaoqing. What do you think? Well, never mind if you don't have any clues. Now is not the time to exchange assassination techniques. I'm Waza. My friend fell into the clutches of that wolf. I was planning to escape and report back as quickly as possible, but now it seems... The prison on the Luofu is a real maze, I must admit.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Moza. We'll do our best to ensure your friend's safety.
No, you can do nothing for him now. And you shouldn't be focusing on his safety at the moment.
Your friend is in Hulei's clutches and you're just going to leave him behind?
Look, I'm the Yaoqing General's guard, not his. I've seen how that giant wolf fights, and there's no way. I don't know how you think, but I won't throw my life away for a lost cause. Listen up. I've been tracking these fugitives, and I know their next move. They're planning to seal off the entire prison to keep the worst-case scenario. We are all killed by that giant wolf, and the shackling prison is sealed off. And the best-case scenario... The best-case scenario would be we seal the gates and trap the enemy inside with us. We can't let that monstrous wolf... Hopefully, someone will eventually notice that something is off and come to help. As for whether we'll still be alive by then, it's not something we should...
You should have a way of comforting people, Mr. Morza.
As a person of the Yaoqing, I've always searched for something meaningful to give my life to.
I have to make it out alive. My companions are waiting for me.
As a netherworld dweller, I've already done...
Yeah. We won't give up.
None of you are part of the Ten Lords' commission, so sacrificing yourselves isn't the right move. As a judge, it's mine once we reach the gate. I hope you'll help me seal it. After that, I'll do everything I can to fight the Borisin. And you find a safe place now. Let's proceed upward.
Consequences are mine to bear.
We must seal the entrance before the Borisin fugitives get out. The prison wardens and mechanisms won't be able to hold them for long. Follow me. We're almost there. The gate is just ahead.
Green 4.
I will hold them back. Don't let Hule escape.
You dare attack me?
Destined for oblivion.
Existence is unity.
Fiends or devils? I'll crush them all!
Like that, huh? Stay away. Can you find the answer?
All will be swept away by the wind.
Feeling spiffy?
On the still waters of oblivion.
Can you find the answer?
Destined for oblivion. I weep for the departed. Its feet shall fall. Another blood debt repaid. Stream forth, bleeding gold blades.
This brings back such Familiar memories.
My lord, we're just one step away from freedom. Once we pass through the gate, no one will be able to...
So this hostage is useless now. Kill him.
He's getting away. Do something, Jiao Cho. It's just like the old days, you useless loser. Just do something!
Maybe this Yao Qing messenger can strike a deal in exchange for his life. He can use his status.
Oh, just look at you. Fallen so low during my absence.
I've got to make this beast stay here, whether it's for the sake of fate. Deal. I certainly have more value alive. My identity, my knowledge of the Xianzhou, and my understanding of many things that you're...
Lowly beast. Muster up that pitiful tongue and...
I'm afraid you're unaware. The woman who defeated you, Jing Liu, your opportunity for revenge is right in front of you.
My lord, this slave is talking nonsense. I've never heard anything about this. May I...
Silence, Mokchok. And you, slave. From now on, you'll stay by my side. You'll only...
But my lord...
We must stay here for some time, Mokchok. Fear not. Because now, Duran's whelps, follow me!
Prison guards! Stop us! We're on Great Lord Gulai!
Prisoners must remain in place and obey the guard. Those who fail to comply will face severe punishment, serving as an example.
Report! After we lost contact with the shackling prison, the prisoners have revolted, and the criminal Hule is...
What about the Yaoqing messengers? And the Nameless?
No news at the moment. We're trying to restore contact with the shackling prison as soon as possible.
I see. You're dismissed. General Jing Yuan, General Hua Yan. It's just as we suspected. The rise of the Ambrosial Arbor was not the end of things. The hand of the Ruined Legion has already sown the seeds of destruction. From this moment on, the Xianzhou Alliance will face an even greater challenge. If this is what they want, I'm always up for a challenge. As the Marshal Special Envoy, I'll dispatch the Luofu Cloud Knights to pursue Hule myself.
Looks like the hidden dregs have finally come to the surface. And as I said before, it's time to wash them away.
Haven of memories. Every touch, every moment is like a thorned rose.